Well, hello again, and welcome back. How is everybody doing today? I am Cecelia, your host for Table Talk. It is Thankful Thursday, I say, and I am excited to be here one more time. I was thinking about something the other day, and I said, you know what, I'm going to have to get me a word for the day. And so I'm going to start doing it. And so I was thinking about it. It says, it doesn't matter how slow you go as long as you don't stop. And I think that's with a lot of things in life. And I kind of like that. It doesn't matter how slow you go, just don't stop. I'm going to just use my own term. So I hope everybody's having a great day. Have a great show for you today. But before we get into the segment, I want to just thank everyone that is working so hard with us on the upcoming girls trip. The Real Estate Ladies Rock Girls Trip, and also the big summit. We're super excited, and we have some dynamic speakers coming to talk to you ladies and gentlemen about so many different things at the summit. So I'm super excited. So please stay tuned for more information. If you have not purchased your ticket, please do so. And if you need the information, I can share it, or we can share it in a link below before we get off the call today. As we head into fall months, we want to think about, holidays and Thanksgiving and all that kind of stuff. So keep that in mind as we get going. And so right now, I'm going to start talking to my guest for today. Her name is Kelly Fasterling, and Kelly is a realtor. She's a hi. How are you?
I am very good. And you?
I'm good. Good to see you again. How have you been?
You as well. Thank you. I have been very good. And thank you for having me on your show. You do amazing stuff and help people, and I love it.
Well, I was just looking at your bio. You are super impressive to me with the real estate background for many years and the wealth strategist, the coach, and helping people understand how to better manage their money and how to put savings away and buy rental properties for passive income. And so when I see that attached to you, I was like, you know what? That's what she does. That's right. I can just call Kelly. She can come on and she can talk about some of those strategies and how to help us do better with our money and make more money, save more money. And let's just be clear, we all want to pay less taxes, don't we?
So true. So true.
So there's ways and strategies that I know you have that you will share if we have time to talk about that today on the call. So let's just kick it off and let you start doing your thing. I like the Freedom Team. Oh, that sounds powerful.
Thank you. Thank you. I am all about creation of passive income from
Mm-hmm.
multiple different passive income streams.
Okay.
And CC, you and I have talked about real estate being one of those very, very powerful assets to have as part of what
Mm-hmm.
you do to grow and to create. And it takes time. It's not a really a fast thing. It's not a you go get some real estate today and poof, you're financially free. It takes some
Yeah.
time to create and to build. But yeah, I'm definitely about that creation of freedom.
Okay, very good. So, with saying, and having said that, I think about my own self, my own life, and, as I have approached this retirement age and I look back over things that I've done, and I know with you and this passive income with the rentals and all, I said, you know what? When I was flipping houses, I've been doing it for over 20 years. A lot of those houses, I think back, I should have probably held on to. I should have
Um,
kept them and did the rental properties with them and started to generate the passive income, creating wealth and stuff like that. Now I do have a few, but not as many as I would like. So we're going to like step it up and fast forward, and we're going to get that going so that we can have more in the portfolio and therefore more income to look forward to as we get into that retirement space. So
Oh,
if you want
that's
to speak to that.
perfect.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. And real estate is one of those really uniquely positioned assets that gives you so much value as an investor today to help you today, but as an investor tomorrow. And I'm wondering
Mm,
if maybe we can bring up that slide and just kind of walk through everything that
sure,
real estate can do.
sure. I like it. Let's do it.
Perfect. And I'll just give you a quick intro. I have been investing in real estate for 30 years, but extremely actively for 12, to the
Mm-hmm.
point that I've been able to grow my portfolio to over 90 properties within a 5-year period of time. And
Mm-hmm.
what that's allowed me to do truly is about 10x my wealth position. And so it
Mm-hmm.
didn't happen overnight. It took some time. It took some patience. It took some stamina. It took some money to put into it. And
Yes.
there are ways to do it with and without your own money, but it's very powerful. So if we can pop down to the next slide, let me just share with you what real estate can really do for you. So as we know, real estate's a very tangible asset. Now I've done um, apartment buildings, and I've also done a lot of single family. Single family is kind of my comfort zone, but all of it works, all of it's great. But the single family space, it's more conservative because everyone frankly needs a house. They need a place to live. And we can
Mm-hmm.
touch it and we can feel it, unlike maybe the stock market or cryptocurrency or some of these other investments that we can't touch and feel.
Mm-hmm.
What it gives us is an inflation protection. If you look at the trajectory of real estate growth and you look at the trajectory of rental growth over the last 50 years, real estate has gone up in both of those categories. In value, we had that 2008 dip, but really only that one dip. Other than that, it has really skyrocketed and kept us protected from inflation chewing up our funds. We
So, so let me just, if you don't, so let's go back to the whole process of this whole 60, um, 60 months, 90 rental days. It takes a special, different kind of mindset to be
Oh yeah,
able to process that and see it before it actually materializes. And
yes.
I want to just add that right in there as you're talking about when before you go down to the features. Can you just speak to that a little bit? Because that's been going on for a long time with you.
It has. The mindset shift is, I started CC with the Rich Dad Poor Dad Robert Kiyosaki book. Has, if you've read that one, that's an amazingly powerful tool from a mindset perspective to shift from being an employee or being
Yes.
self-employed like we are as realtors. We're commission-based, self-employed. We're putting a lot of money away in the bank just to hold on to, and it's not doing anything for us because it's just sitting there earning nothing. So shifting that mindset to a business owner and or investor, kind of, he has a book called the cash flow quadrant that takes
Mm-hmm.
you from the left side to the right side of that cash flow quadrant, and it's powerful. But it's the willingness to start investing in yourself as an investor. No matter what you invest in, you've got to decide you're going to invest in your future, and you've got to decide you're going to start somewhere. You aren't going to be able to start big. You aren't going to start with 100 homes. You're going to start somewhere with one. And if you can get started with one, then the appreciation and the cash flow from that one can help you take that one to make two, the two to make four, the four to make eight. That is how I was able to create some momentum on my portfolio, is starting with one. That's what it takes.
With one. And they do say, even in, real estate, when I do my investments, the first one is the hardest one. And then you just
Totally.
kind of get this momentum and you get steam and you just kind of get going. So not that, but let me not defer and go back to what you were saying about number, was that number 3 here on the slide?
Go down to the next slide.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, there we go. It's
Okay.
really like, where do you put your money to start
Mm-hmm.
with? Because as commissionable folks,
Mm-hmm.
we could have a bad December, we could have a bad quarter. A lot of us have had a bad year. And so we stash our money. Most realtors I talk to are very, very heavy in the cash position
Mm-hmm.
and very light on the investing position.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's thinking in a fashion that says, let me get my money working for me. So it's not just sitting in the bank getting chewed up by inflation. Let me get my money working for me so that I have an opportunity that when I get enough that I can put the down payment, that 20%, 25% down on a house, that I've got it in a place that it's earning over here, but I can loan it to myself and then go buy my house. And now my money, that same dollar, is earning in a foundational asset and it's earning in my house. And that
Mm-hmm.
foundational asset doesn't go up and down with the stock market. Like I lost CC half my money in 2001 and 2008. Got
And it's
divorced
like,
in that time. Three kids I was taking care of. I was in a really, really bad spot coming through that
yeah,
time.
yeah,
I had
I
to
understand.
shift mindset first, but then I had to start. And the foundation gets you a place to start. Tax-free growth, liquidity of funds, that's critical. When you put your money in something, if you put it in a traditional IRA or Roth IRA, you can't go easily use it for real estate investing. You can't just take it out and say, oh, I'm ready to buy a house because it's tied up until you're 59 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So if you
Mm-hmm.
can put it somewhere that when you have enough for the down payment, for the closing costs, for the rehab, all of that, then you can loan it to yourself, still make more on it over here than your loan rate, because that counts
Mm-hmm.
at 5%, and go buy real estate. Now you've got it earning for you in two different places at the same time. Powerful.
Yes. Yeah, very powerful tool to utilize. And I just finished a project that I've had this house for 20 years and it's
Wow.
always been rented out. And then uh, I had to get the tenant out. I'm sorry because it was just time for her to go. She's been there for 15 years, and we want to help people, so we did help her get on to her next phase. So I had to go in because, and the reason why, let me just be very, very transparent here, is because the income that I was getting off the house, I knew I could get more, but because of the program that she was in, it was just right here and it had stopped. And so we were able to help
Yeah.
her find something else. I went in and now it's ready to go. And I don't know why I found this new love for this property, but I'm now like, oh gosh, what do you do with this? And you have to find the right person, you have to find the right family, and we're gonna rent it to veterans. Coach Ella
Mhm.
has a nonprofit that her and her son run, and it's called Unity in the Community, and
Oh,
they
beautiful.
help homeless veterans. And that property over there in Oxon Hill is a 7-bedroom, beautiful space, and that's what they're going to do. So now the push is to find homeless veterans or veterans with vouchers. It's called the VAS program, and put those persons in properties and get them off the street. So I'm super excited about this particular one in Baltimore because it's nice, and I'm so grateful. So hopefully I'm going to be having my veteran start, and get in hopefully in October. So I'm excited about that.
Yes. Oh, that's a beautiful system. We also had shifted into kind of sober living houses, the ability to help people that are more coming out of addiction and want
Yes.
a place to stay for a period of time until they're really on their feet, have a job. And so
Uh-huh.
we did home of those at the same time. And so it's just, there's some beautiful opportunities in home ownership to
Right.
really help the community.
Help the community and also run your business and make money. And did you call it the sober home? What was it again? What
It
did you
was
call it?
sober living. It was the ability to kind
Sober
of,
living. Okay.
mhm,
I
mhm,
like that. I like it.
yeah,
Okay. I'm gonna make sure we talk about that living. Is that a what type of funding is that a funding that you guys have as a nonprofit, or is it government funded, or how are the funds?
We connected with a nonprofit group that
Okay,
really
okay,
ran it. What we did is created the space to have the houses that they
uh-huh,
could use in their community in different locations in different cities. And so it was
I
kind of
like
a win-win. We knew how to buy the houses and rehab them and get them ready. They
uh-huh, uh-huh.
knew they had the community of people that they wanted to have rent the houses. So it was a
Okay,
win-win.
win-win, definitely so. Okay, continue, please. I have to make sure I get my questions. I get so excited and then I forget them, so I got to keep going, keep going, keep going, Cal.
That we're on time clock, huh? Well,
Okay,
what I wanted to share with you here is just this concept that I talked about a little bit that said, when you invest, how do you make sure your assets work in two places at one time? When we think of investing, we're thinking, should I buy real estate or should I put my money in the market? Should I get a
mhm,
CD? Should I put my money in crypto today? We're always thinking of either or. What I'd like everyone to consider is and the power of that bottom line down there, that blue line, that's the stock market. That's the S&P. It 100,000 in, 500,000 after a while. It did okay. It did fine.
uh-huh,
That red line, that's this foundational asset I'm talking about. That green line, that's real estate. If we're real estate investors, we're going to go for that, 12% return in our real estate. That
mhm.
purple line, that's both of these together, the red and the green together over a period of time. It's not quick. You look in those first 5 years, not much differentiation in any of these. You take it out 20 years, and it's powerful how to magnify and create momentum on your asset base by using the right combination of assets.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, just something to consider. And then I know also you have a passion like I do for reducing our taxes. We're realtors.
We are realtors, and the money we the more money we make, the higher the taxes go. And so at the end of the day, we want to keep more than we're giving away, right? And so
We
and
do.
that's why we find a way to pay the taxes, but also keep our fair share so that we can fund, as I say, FUND, fund our lives and have a life. And so I'm just saying, and that's why it's so important to, especially as real estate agents, because we go and we sell house, we buy houses with the clients are buying and selling, and then we get a commission check. But if we're not stashing something away, or we're not buying real estate for ourselves for passive income, at the end of the day, it's gone. And
Yeah.
that's what I was saying about my scenario. I've made a lot of money in real estate. I've made a lot of money in flipping homes. But hindsight 2020 now, I'm like, oh, I should have kept, buy one, fix one, buy one, hold one, and then buy
Yeah.
one, hold one, rent one. That's the new strategy. So I'm super excited about what we're doing here at Next Level, because it's all things real estate. And now we're moving into another space. It's called the builder circle. So that's an exciting time. So we want to be developing homes so that we can house the veterans. So this whole sober living thing that you talked about, that's interesting. That right there really is near and dear to my heart. And I'll tell you why later, but just as fully transparent. My dad went through a lot with trying to stay clean, and not, you know, be out there. So so sobriety thing's a big deal for me. So anyway, keep going. I'm sorry.
That is. Well, it all couples together. And, when I look at the foundations of wealth creation for people,
Mhm.
I see it as properties, buying and holding on to properties. If you look, Cece, at the billionaires and millionaires in our world, where
Mhm.
did they create their wealth? They created it through real estate. 90 to 100% of them created it through real estate. So successfully getting real estate into your portfolio. And frankly, you can do it yourself or you can have it done for you, which is where I've gone to have it done for me. But then be able to go ahead.
No, you said you're having it done for you.
I am.
Okay. All right. And you can speak to that too, because that's an
I can
interesting.
speak.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So I started, as I mentioned, with Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, took his full $26,000 education. And some of you have probably gone down that path. Well, the statistics say only 3% of the people that do that education pay for any of it, buy a
Uh-huh.
house. 3%. So
Oh wow,
that
that's low.
methodology isn't really successful in this industry. So
Mm-hmm.
instead, as my journey went on, I came across a group that will do the investing for me. They find the markets, they find the neighborhoods, the houses, they rehab them, they property manage them. I put
Mm.
up the money.
Yes.
I get 100% of the house, so it's all mine.
Yes.
And basically today I can spend 5 minutes to buy a house, whereas before it took months and months and months to get one secured. So
Mm-hmm.
I've honed my system to be able to really be able to grow my portfolio when I'm ready to, and
Yes.
do it without the headache and the hassle factor of having to figure it all out myself.
Well, that's a powerful piece because you're now taking control of your own destiny
Yes.
and
Yeah.
you're using systems and models to help build that portfolio. And that's super exciting. That's a big deal,
It,
especially if you're doing investing across the country because we can't be everywhere all the time.
we can't. We
And we
can't.
need a team that we can trust and rely on to do things for us. Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you, but I live in Colorado Springs. My
Okay.
backyard is not the place to buy because I would spend $500,000 on a home that would give me 2,000 a month rent. Whereas my
Mm,
last new build, I spent 270,000 in Florida to get 2,000 a month rent. So it's you got to find the right spots, and it's frankly it's
yeah,
not always in our backyard.
exactly. That's so
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Hmm.
But learning how to do that, how to be that investor. 26% of the transactions last year, CC, went to investors. And so,
Mm,
as a realtor, if you understand investing and you can put that into your domain and get
hmm,
paid on it, whether they invest in your backyard or whether
hmm,
they invest in other places that maybe make more financial sense, you can get paid on all of that as a realtor, even if you don't have a license in Florida, which I don't, but you
hmm,
can get paid on that. So, there are just so many ways to create passive income
hmm.
that it's really good at kind of looking under the covers at all of these opportunities that we as realtors have available to us.
Yes, I
Yeah.
like that, Kate. Yeah, I like
Well, and I
that.
didn't really touch on the preserve your profits, that third tier. That
Okay, let's
third
do it. Let's do it.
how we hold on, I know you're probably closing up here, but how you hold on to more of your hard earned money. And you can do it through investing in real estate, and then you can accelerate that. I was able to drop $70,000 off my gross taxes last year by
Hmm.
accelerating that. So that's another powerful concept that everyone needs to kind of get their arms around.
But Kel, keep going because we started a little late. So we have a little bit more time, just another 7 minutes or so, because we started a little late today. So continue, please.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. So in that paradigm, when you look at kind of the last segments of creation of good financial cash flow for yourself,
Hmm.
being able to keep your tax bracket lower is
Hmm.
really good. Dropping from 32 to 24, from 22 to 12. We've got the Tax Cut and Job Act that's really coming out of play in 2026, depending on the election and depending on changes. But right now, these historically lowest tax rates we've had are going away in 2026. And so taking advantage of some of that taxation now in 2024 and 2025, we can really kind of drop some of our tax money going to the IRS through different strategies. So that's also a very powerful concept to get your arms around and understand.
Yes, and that's something that you do because you're a wealth strategist as well,
I
right?
do. I do.
Yes.
And I host a webinar weekly, and CC, if you ever want to lean into that, and if that makes sense for your audience and your community, it's a
Yeah.
weekly webinar that just kind of goes over all of these points I've been talking about, so somebody can dig a little deeper into them to say, oh boy, I would love to connect on one, two, or three of those concepts and really start to create that momentum in my portfolio.
I like it. I like it. Okay. Yeah, I saw something when I was looking at something that you were doing, and it was the webinar. Is that a weekly? Is it weekly? You said
It is weekly.
it is weekly. And what days and times are the webinars?
You can see it. Let me just get you a website so that you can see it. If you
Okay.
jump to the Wealth Mastery Blueprint.com,
Okay. The Wealth Blueprint.
the Wealth Mastery
Oh,
Blueprint.com.
mastery. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, on
Okay.
that website, you'll be able to see and see the next upcoming dates. You know, I've got another one next Wednesday, but if that one doesn't work, we'll keep putting the next dates on there, and you can just monitor it until you can find one that fits your
The
schedule.
schedule. Right. Okay. What
Yeah.
time the Wealth Mastery Blueprint? What time does that start?
It starts at 12:30 Eastern Time, 9:30 Pacific.
And 9:30. Okay. Got it. Pacific. Okay. Well, that will be coming right off a tabletop.
Perfect.
Okay. Okay.
Perfect.
Well, I don't know if we have any questions from our audience. Is that Miss Liz? Miss Liz Rodriguez, thank you for joining the call. And Miss Maria, thank you for joining the call. I don't know if you ladies have any questions from Kelly. If you do, you are welcome to ask them at this time. Okay. All right. Well, maybe not. Thank you so much. And so, Kel, yes, so I would like to connect with you about a couple of things that you said today. I definitely will try to get on one of these calls, and I appreciate you stopping by. And if you have those slides that you can share with me, and you want to send them over, I'll definitely share them with the group. And if anybody needs to contact you, they can. Do you want to leave your contact information for us, please?
Yes, yes. And maybe you can help me technologically. How do I do that?
Okay, so what's that number, dear?
It's my phone number is seven one
Yes.
nine three
Uh-huh.
three two 1842.
Repeat it one more time, please.
719
Uh-huh.
332 1842.
Uh-huh.
And my
Okay,
email, do you
please.
want my email as well? There you go.
I
Yeah,
do.
that's good. My
Uh-huh.
email is kelly.fasterling at aspencreekwealth.com.
Okay.
Kelly.fasterling at aspencreekwealth.com.
And can we also, boss lady, put in the website? Song is asking us to put in the website in the chat. Is that for that's the wealth mastery blueprint? So we'll get that. There we go. Thank you, boss lady. And so grab onto that. Check Miss Kelly out next Wednesday at 12:30, and that's 12:30. No, it's 12.
12:30
It's
Eastern,
9:30. Mm-hmm.
30
And
Pacific.
9:30 Pacific. Okay, very good. Okay, so thank you, Cal. I appreciate you. So, guys, again, boss ladies, Mr. Norvell is out here today. So we are getting ready for our big girls trip convention, which is October 3rd through the 6th at the Gaylord here in I'm sorry, the DMV, Oxnard, Maryland. I hope you have purchased your ticket. My tax king, I call him Mr. Novell, will be in the house at the summit, which is on the 5th, and he knows it all. He is my tax lien expert. He has done so many things with tax liens and just done an amazing job. And we actually went to visit him and actually participated in one in his own hometown in Louisiana, and it was a lottery ticket auction that we attended. So he did us a favor, and we learned so, and we bought houses. We were able to acquire some real estate at a very good price.
Nice.
Okay, so definitely excited about that. And so if you guys are out there and you have not have not purchased your ticket yet, go ahead and do that. And so we will be doing that on October 5th. That's the summit, all things investing, the builder circle, build the block, one lot, one house at a time. Okay. All right. Well, Miss Kelly, thank you for joining the call today. I appreciate you. I will be in touch. And for now, you have a great day on purpose. God bless you. And I'll see you the next time.
Thank you so very much.
Okay. Chat later. Bye for now.